What if the reason you feel like you're failing abroad is actually proof that you're becoming the best version of yourself? Good day, my wonderful and successful international students. I am very, very happy to see you today. And first of all, I want to thank all of our new subscribers. I really appreciate all of you being here. Every like, every comment, you're actually giving the opportunity to many of those international students out there who might feel confused or who might feel challenged by everything that they're going through. You're giving the opportunity for these videos to reach them. So I really thank you. So let's begin. What if that discomfort, that confusion, and the moments in which you doubt yourself, what if they are not signs that you don't belong or that you're not doing anything wrong? They might be signs that you are becoming just someone stronger, and maybe you're becoming that best version of yourself that you have ever been. So stay with me, please, today, because today we're going to talk about how to completely reframe what studying abroad really is about. And by the end of this episode, I'm going to give you 5 powerful international students tools that you can start using immediately to turn frustration into growth. So let's begin. A few years ago, one of my former students came to see me after class. She was very quiet, and I could see she was holding something within herself, right? She said, "You know what, professor? I think I made a mistake by coming here to this country." Her grades were actually good, so this really kind of surprised me, to tell you the truth. She was attending every class, and I could see that she was doing everything right, but she felt like she was failing. And I could feel that she felt that she was failing, not academically, but personally, as a human being. She told me, "You know what, teacher? Back home, I was confident, and here I feel so lost. I don't understand how things work. I don't feel like myself anymore." And then she said something that I will never, ever forget. "Maybe I'm just not good at this, and maybe I just should give up." And I have to tell you, and I get emotional when I remember this, those sentences right there, that's where many international students get stuck, and this is where I see in a lot of international students. That feeling, I don't think I'm shaped for this, and I'm thinking about just giving up and going back. Now, I understand that because this is what we're experiencing, it's not necessarily failure. And the purpose of this episode is to go through this. This is actually a sign of transformation. But in this case, this student that I had, she didn't have the language yet to explain what she was going through. So that word, yet, changes everything. And if you are one of my former students, you know this because I have taught you about the power of yet. In every single one of my classes on day 1, you know that I always introduce what I call the power of yet. And I have always told you, it was Mr. Jenkins who told me about this. We do not say, "I don't understand." What we say is we transform every sentence into, "I don't understand yet." Or for example, we don't say, "Oh, I can't do this." We may have to change it to, "Okay, I cannot do this yet." And that one word opens a whole window. It shifts your brain from performance to possibility, from identity to development, from "this is who I am" into "wait, this is who I am becoming, and this is who I can now become." And that is why studying abroad is really about. We live in a world where knowledge is everything, right? We know this. Your phone actually holds absolutely all the information we have in the world, right? And we understand also that the entire library, everything is in libraries, all the knowledge is out there. I always tell my students, why do you need to come to school if all the knowledge is right there in your computer? You can download textbooks, you can watch lectures, you can watch tutorials, search definitions instantly. So if knowledge is available to absolutely everyone around the world, what is the real value of studying abroad? The value of studying abroad is not in the books, it's not in the facts, it's not even in the GPA. It is the competencies that you're developing while everything feels uncertain. When you don't understand how professors communicate here in this new country, you start thinking, well, maybe I'm not good at this. But the truth is actually that you're just learning, maybe I don't understand this system yet. When you struggle to express yourself in a second language, usually what you're thinking is, oh, I'm just not confident. But the truth is not that. The truth is actually, I'm not confident in this language just yet. So when group work feels also confusing and cultural norms feel invisible, you usually think, I don't belong here. But the truth is that you're just getting adjusted. You haven't decoded this new environment yet. And that shift is actually very powerful. International students are living inside growth mindset every day. You're practicing creative problem solving every day. Back home, you knew how systems worked. Here in this new country, everything is different. So you adapt. You experiment, right? And everything is kind of trial error. You rebuild things. And creativity is not an artistic talent. Creativity is the ability to navigate this uncertainty. And you're practicing it every single day. You're developing resilience, not the social media version of resilience, the real resilience, the kind that asks, who am I when nobody knows my past achievements, right? Or who am I when my strengths don't translate immediately into real life confidence? Who am I in this new language? Who am I in this new country? This identity reconstruction, and when you think I'm not strong, what you really mean is I'm not strong in this environment yet. You are developing intercultural intelligence. You're learning to read new tones in a new environment, in a new system. You're trying to understand what silence means now. You're trying to understand power distance in the classroom, maybe. You're trying to understand sense of humor too. And indirect communication. Domestic students might read about intercultural communication, but you wake up inside intercultural communication. You're building perspective. You can now see your home culture from the outside, and you can hold two realities at the same time. That cognitive flexibility is very rare, but growth rarely feels impressive while it's happening. It feels uncomfortable, and that is where students misinterpret growth as failure. So instead of saying, this is hard, then let's try to switch it and change it to maybe, I'm not good at this just yet, and I am going to get better at it. This is hard. Yet, I don't feel confident yet. I don't feel at home yet. And that struggle is going to turn, usually, this little word is going to turn that struggle into a possibility in the future. Now, as I promised at the beginning, here are 5 tools you can use immediately to activate the power of yet in your own life as an international student. First, catch your language. Whenever you say, try to be aware of how you speak, how you talk to yourself. Whenever you say, I can't, pause for a minute and try asking yourself, okay, I can't permanently? Is this really something that is like forever? Or is this something I'm developing? So try to listen to yourself. Listen how you talk to yourself. How many days, how many times a day you say, I can't, I won't be able to do it. So try to add, wait, I can't yet, but try to first be aware. Be aware is strategy number 1. Second, track your discomfort. Every week, try to reflect. Where did I feel stretched? Discomfort is usually evidence of expansion. So try to remember, try to track it, try to go back and try to remember, when did I feel uncomfortable? And these are usually signs of you growing, of you becoming somebody else. Number 3, Translate your experiences into skill languages. So, for example, instead of saying, I struggled in group work last week, try to say something like, okay, I developed cross-cultural collaboration skills in some constraints. This is a leadership language. So try to maybe rephrase all those problems and all those situations you used to see as failures. Try to translate them into a language that provides you, okay, I'm learning. This is a learning situation. So make sure you're speaking in that sense, in a learning. I'm in a journey. I am learning. Tool number 4. Intentionally enter one uncomfortable space each week. Now, this is going to sound crazy, but trust me, this is going to help you. When you join a club, for example, at school, when you start a conversation where you usually don't consider yourself the person beginning conversations, maybe, when you apply for a small internship, when you apply for a volunteering position, that is practicing your power of it. That means I am trying to learn something I know I may not be good at just yet, but I'm going to give myself the opportunity to develop this new competency. And I am sure I'm going to get it because practice makes a master, correct? Very good. Now, tool number 5. Remember this. You choose uncertainty. And what does this mean? That alone makes you courageous. So when you said, I'm going to put myself in situations in which there may be some ambiguity and I might not be very certain about how well I'm going to be in this new skill that I'm going to try. Let's imagine you are going to force yourself, make yourself courageous, develop your own resilience. No other student in the world, okay, are rebuilding their own identity, their own language, their own professional norms and social belongings at the same time, just as international students. So trust me, you are adaptable. You are globally intelligent already, and you are already resilient. So you are already courageous, not because it's easy, but because you chose to be courageous. So the next time you feel behind, try to ask yourself, am I really failing or am I just becoming someone I have not fully become yet? Studying abroad, as I kept saying, is not only about studying books. It's about that new person that you're becoming. It's about you approaching and you embracing a new identity. And that person is powerful. And you may not see it yet, but you are becoming someone who can walk into absolutely any unfamiliar space and always figure out how to solve absolutely any problem. You're becoming someone who can translate between cultures. You're becoming someone who understands discomfort without collapsing anymore. And that is very rare. That actually is going to make you unique because this is transformational. That is you. That is the real person you're becoming. So I hope this episode, it's a very good episode because we're regrouping many of the topics that we have talked about in some of our previous episodes. But I really want to hear from you. What I would like to know is where in your life do you need to add the word yet? Where in your life do you need to add the power of yet? Tell us also in the comments, share in your comments your stories, because I am sure many of your stories can help many other international students who are maybe struggling in situations similar than yours. And let's build this mindset all together. Now, if this episode helped you, please click like, subscribe, share with other international students, of course, who might need to hear this. And always remember, it is not only about studying abroad. This whole experience, it's about thriving abroad. And you know that I believe in you. You've got this. And I will see you in our next episode. Ciao.